Why do Fiji citizens have to resort to putting posts on YouTube and maintaining their own blog sites like Narise on Fiji? There's only one reason for that: media censorship. Since 2009, when the Bainimarama Government abrogated the 1997 Constitution, or purported to abrogate it, they have tightened their grip on the media. The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, which is owned by the government, it had its CEO replaced by the brother of the military's Attorney General, Riaz Said Qayyum. The journalists have all become pretty well propagandists for the Bainimarama government. And this covers both the television station and the radio stations of FBC. The Fiji Sun newspaper is owned by a company called C.J. Patel, which has received many preferential financial deals from the Fiji government, including sole rights to carry most of the advertisements for the Fiji government, amounting to millions in a year. They've also received preferential duty arrangements for the import of milk powder, because it owns the Rubber Dairy Cooperative Company, which reconstitutes the milk powder into milk for sale in Fiji, and they're making millions extra out of that. Fiji TV, which used to be fairly independent, has had its license renewed on a 6-monthly basis, with no reason given why this renewal is for such a short-term period that no commercial business can operate by. It also has had its journalists sacked without any explanation for merely asking that programs prior to the election be more critical. The Fiji Times, which used to be extremely independent, has had its owner put into jail for minor offenses unrelated to the media, and they have been fined $400,000 for printing something which had appeared in another newspaper in New Zealand. Its editor faces a 6-month suspended jail sentence, and they have been extremely cautious, therefore very understandably, in printing critical articles. The net result has been that since 2009-10 there has been absolutely tight media censorship in Fiji. I have personally responded to it by starting my own blog site, Narise on Fiji, and just prior to these elections now I am putting out these posts simply because an unemployed professor of economics who was forced to leave his university under pressure from this military government is apparently of no interest whatsoever to the media in asking questions on economic policy manifestos of any of the political parties. Hence these posts on YouTube. These posts are based on material which I have already published on my blog site Narise on Fiji, and you may Google that and search using any of the terms which I am using for these posts. It is unfortunately also the case, and viewers will have seen this very clearly, that in the last few weeks in all public programs where journalists have compared so-called debates with political candidates, most times opposition candidates have been thoroughly grilled in extremely one-sided discussions. Quite often the issues that are focused upon by the hosts are totally divorced from the major issues that the other political parties want to talk about. And it is also the case that if you look at the newspapers, there is very one-sided coverage given to the views of the opposition parties, and all the views of the Bainimarama government, and in particular of 2 individuals, are given every prominence. You might also notice that in many of the television debates, the Fiji First Party candidates simply do not turn up, they do not appear, they do not discuss or debate any of the issues.